Welcome to the new hand embroidery series where I'll run through some tutorials on basic embroidery stitches while decorating the Sophie's Garden tote bag. Before you get started, you will need to prepare your thread. Throughout these tutorial videos, I am using 2 long strands of thread doubled over. This gives me a loop at one end. I use a no knot method when I'm joining my threads to my work. So what I do is I will pick up a stitch at the back of the work and then I will pass the needle through the loop and pull it tight. Therefore, I do not need to make a knot in the end of my thread. This week we are creating a chain stitch. We're going to fill a whole circle of the mandala on the bag with a row of chain stitches. We make them in much the same way as a lazy daisy, but these ones will be joined together. To start, bring your needle up at your starting position and pull your thread all the way through. Then you're going to make a loop with your thread and insert your needle back down the same hole that you came up. To do the next part of the stitch, bring your needle up a little further away. You can see from the video I have used the bugle beads as my distancing. Bring your needle up again through the middle of the loop and then pull it tight, and you've made one chain stitch and you're now in the up position to start your next one. You will also notice that as I'm creating the loops, I just poke my thumb into the loop to keep the size so that I can see where my needle needs to come up, and then I'm able to pass the loop over my needle. I find this quite useful, but you may find it a little fiddly. Now let's make the next stitch. Your needle is already in the position for your chain stitch to begin. So make a loop with your thread and then insert your needle back down through the same hole that you have just come out of. Then bring your needle back up again a little further away and making sure that the needle passes through the loop before you pull it tight. And you've made another stitch. Make your loop into a thread, insert your needle back down again through the same space that you've just come up to create the loop. Bring your needle back up again a short distance away, but through the loop, and pull it tight, and continue in this manner. When you are coming to the end of your thread and you know you need to leave yourself enough thread to be able to tie off underneath, on that last stitch, when you bring the needle up through the middle of the loop, pull it tight, and then you're just going to go over the top of your loop and go back down through the same stitch, like we did on the lazy daisies, to finish off the end of that thread. Tie it off underneath, get your next thread ready, and to continue your row of chain stitching with your new thread, bring your needle up at the point where you finished off, just inside the last loop, so that you're in the correct starting position to begin again, and you'll continue to make the chain stitches in the same way that we've done until you get to the end of where you wish to fill in. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button and click the bell for notifications. You can also join us on Patreon at Unravel and Unwind, and the link will be in the description below.